Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me about some real specific grammar stuff for APA, like punctuation and syntax and those kinds of things, commas, those issues. And I thought I would just show people how to set up the word processor to help you check those kinds of things. Most of this stuff I'm going to show you, a lot of people don't even know exists, so I guess you're the lucky ones. In my word processor right here, to help me have my word processor help me check for APA compliant style, I'm going to go up here to my Office button, and then I'm going to go and click on Word Options right here. Okay, it's going to open up this Word Options box. On the left, I have this proofing section. So I go to proofing, and then here in the middle, I've got the stuff for correcting spelling and grammar. And I've got all, this is normal. This is being set up like this is normal. But right here, this is where I wanted to show you. When you get to writing style, you want to set this up to check for grammar and style, but then you want to open up the settings. Now this is the part that people don't even realize exists. You open up these settings, and right here we've got a whole bunch of settings that we can set the grammar checker to check for specific instances, and these we can adjust to make them more APA compliant, like requiring a comma before the last item in a list. Now whenever we make a comma separated list in APA, it does expect a comma to be before the last item. So all lists would end with comma and your last item. So this is always. Punctuation required for quotes, they're always outside the quotes. The punctuation for quotes in APA, because the quotes are always used for direct quotes only, then if you checked out my citation video, you know that at the end of the quote you need to have some kind of page number, or you need to have some kind of citation information, and the period goes after all of that. So technically the quotes are always used for direct quotes, which means that punctuation is never inside the quotes in APA. Now the space is required between sentences. In APA 5th, they required 1, and that was kind of odd. The rest of the world, for the most part, does too. But APA 6th, they don't really care. They kind of dropped that requirement. So you can set it for whichever you're comfortable with, as long as you're consistent throughout the entire document. APA 6th doesn't really care about any of that kind of stuff. Okay, now down here are the grammar things that it's going to check for. Alright, you do want it to check for pretty much all of these things for APA. So I've just got all those turned on for me. Now style, alright, now I've got mine set pretty tight because I've been working on a dissertation and stuff, but you really should have no cliches or colloquialisms, jargon, that kind of stuff in academic writing in general. Never use contractions. You never use gender-specific words, especially in APA. In academic writing, you just want to stay away from any kind of verbiage that creates gender bias, those kinds of things. Alright, passive sentences. At the bachelor's level, we don't check too much for passive sentences, but you should get used to writing in active voice. You can look that up on Google if you want to know exactly what that means if you don't understand that fully. But I have mine checked for passive voice. Numbers will do almost APA style, pretty close. Any number under 10 is the actual number, or is the written out number, and any number over 10 is the number itself. What else we got here? Pretty much I turn all of mine on completely. I check for split infinitives. You want to stay away from those. Some of the sentence structure ones are a little bit iffy. The computer and word processor has a different idea of good sentence structure than I do, so we get in a fight over that one every once in a while. And then sentence length, you don't want to have more than about 60 words in a sentence. Sentences shouldn't be beginning with and, but, hopefully, those kinds of things. So for now, try it. Just turn all of them on and see what it does for you. See how it checks your writing style, and let me know if you've got any questions.